Let's not waste any more time and kick it off.
Yeah, let's see how this one goes then. Triumph gets started on the CT side. They choose to start there. Due to this being the Team 1 pick. P250 has been dropped to Maluk, or actually he bought himself rather, alongside the grenades. So that was a lot of players spotted by Spongy, and he's actually... Ooh, this is bold.
Ooh.
So that tag, when he jumped across, actually guaranteed the kill there for the headshot, I believe. That range would have been just about the Glock, like 95 damage somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So opening kill 14-1. Good start this far.
So, at this point, a little bit of a slower round coming out from Team 1. Obviously, you've got that first pick. You've got a lot of time left on the clock. There's no need to rush it. No need to overreact. Use that utility that you spent your cold, hard cash on as they push their way out towards the site. They've got the smoke across, and they're trying to find the peaks. Grim goes for the, cheeky face against Molds. At this point, Grim with the USP. This is what he did on Overpass as well, Ben. He's sickeningly good with this pistol for some reason, as he just rips heads off all over the shop, leaving us into a 3v1 all of a sudden. It's just Barton left, trapped in the pit. He's trying to take the peaks. He's got a bit of time, 40 seconds to be precise, but can he actually do anything? Peeking out, Grim. Does he want a quad kill? And will he be allowed to get it? Spartan turns to face towards quad. That'll cause the swing from Grim, and there it is. As he takes them down for a second. Big frags, Ben. 4K across the board. That's nice.
Yeah, big frags. Just resolving a little tech issue, of course. That's why we're on camera, so you don't have to see the lovely behind-the-scenes stuff. But anyway, Grim gets 4K. He did perform really, really well on that overpass pistol as well, if you remember. He nearly got that 1v3 through, right?
Yeah.
So coming into Inferno, he carried on with the same USP momentum at the very least. So 4 kills there and the pistol. A force buy from Team 1 coming through, though. So let's see how this one goes for them.
Nades down mid. Maluk eating them. And Junior will grind him to a pulp. Ooh, all right. Well, the response is there with the Deagle immediately. Barton with the Deagle. Big shot.
Spongy just has a P250. They all have head armor as well, so this isn't going to be as smooth as he would like. A bit scary to be in a situation like that if you just have a P250. Not seen that from a CT side player in the past. Normally it's a case of, like, you know, you have a USP and head armor, not P250. And normally it's the AWPer. So, a bit confused.
They're playing from the audio cues right now. They hear the stutter steps that are going down. They don't actually clear towards pit whatsoever. So Spongy and Shake are allowed to get a frag apiece, and they're still alive. He dances back into the apartments and holds on the angle. PRT looking to upgrade a gun, but there's nothing there, of course. It's only the Deagle that he's got to work with. Did recover a flashbang at least. So 2v2. Curry and Spongy versus PRT. And the main man you're watching right here, Persuadelo, as he peeks out, looking for the face towards Arch. M4 was raring to go, but as he turns around, he leaves himself susceptible to the attack from the rear. Curry will take him down, and it's a 1v1. PRT back on the Deagle. He peeks, but he misses the headshot. As soon as there was an opening, Spongy capitalizes. Oh, surprised he grabbed that M4.
Yeah. So Team 1, I'd be very tempted to buy, because you left it down to one person alive there. He did get the M4, but ultimately they have to force 4 rebuys, right? There's a lot of deliberation here. They're thinking about it. So no buy coming through. Just Deagles. Yeah, I was going to say a Deagle, but some pistols are coming out a bit late. Normally the territory where you think about a pause to talk about it, but if you pause, you gave away probably that you are going to buy, like 100%. Well, if there was a player at tree, I think they would have definitely been destroyed there.
Yeah, blown to smithereens, of course.
With the Molotov especially. I think the Molotov was actually meant to land more towards the cubby side as well. So, unfortunate, I suppose.
So Shake's just set up this whole time with a flash ready. He's just waiting. Talking of waiting, Team 1. Look at the peaks. As they all just Jitter and Jutta at middle, going for the face round towards brackets to try and get themselves a bit more control. And PRT actually finds a frag with it as well, peeking in. Bodies the pit player and Spongy. Curry takes a wide swing with the MP9. Mows down the first. And their reaction is to actually beeline it straight through towards B. They're watching Speedway though. Shakesula's covering this, and he's able to flick back and forth. One by one, they all crumble away to dust. And 2 of the kills there were on the MP9 as well. So they're not going to be too unhappy about how that went.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. The first gun round. So let's see. So the MP9's been kept by Shakesula. So that's kind of a big part of this one. I wonder how they'll be using that. Obviously, being at close ranges and stuff, you could utilize it quite well. No warp in play. Here we go. Shakesula straight down mid. Nobody spots him either. They just nade down mid like normal. The player going through towards under, which does he think about it? Place it there. He's not really peeking it. Oh my. They know he's run into him, surely. Oh, what?
What?
As if... I was thinking more, how has he got the kill summit and then spun and got that as well?
Yeah. As if he's been able to flick to find both of them. That's outrageous. All right. Wow. God damn. That's certainly a way to open up the round. Huge frags. Big impact. And this really puts pressure on Triumph. Team 1. All 5 alive. They've got control towards middle as well. They're starting to push up and they want to gain brackets control. The issue is with their gamble. Unless they get info from the Luke and realize that B is entirely open and barren, they're going into the site that's stacked. So that's still 3 CTs they have to contend with. It's not going to be an easy walk in the park. Maluk needs to be quick and decisive about this. He's clearing the site. Surely you rotate off and go back to B from this.
You have to. There's no way you risk, because they're basically the same thing that happened on the previous map on Overpass, right? PRT got those 2 kills at A long, but they'd already started pushing into the other bomb site. Thankfully this time they've halted, they've then changed their minds, they're going to go back. This will be a save from Triumph. Yeah, this is much more composed, I think is the main thing here.
So obviously you don't need to risk it. There's no sense, right? You have that time. You know you can get out. You know you can get a free plant on the other side. You might as well. As you said, though, this does mean it's basically just going to be a stalemate on the surviving players. So those 3 will get through with their weapons. And that'll be the first round for Team 1, taking it 3-1.
Yeah. So nicely composed. I mean, the main thing there, I guess, was they did try and utilize the MP9 that was carried through, right? That was trying to take advantage of the fact that it needs to be used close range, make some plays off of that. But unfortunately, I mean, Pesadeo was landing some great shots there. That's the main thing. And that kind of resulted in the round going in their favour. And of course, the ultimate part as well, where they do, you know, in terms of like map control, they make sure to check both sides of it. They stay composed. They don't rush into a decision. More of the same is what I'm hoping for.
It is looking better already. That's quite a nice little smiley face. Look how high up they got it.
Yeah, that's... I've never seen that spray before, thinking about it.
I think that was one of the first ones, wasn't it? Wasn't that one of the initial...
Was it?
Initial batch? Yeah, smiley like that, I'm pretty sure. Who knows better? Maybe they're advanced at their graffiti.
Let's see. So fast pushes toward mid, coming through. Spongy still here, so he can smoke that avenue if he needs to. But you can tell there's a difference there. Triumph, they want to take full banana control. And to push off of that, they're just going to charge up quad. Oh no, Shakesula.
Shakesula on the bow. Ooh, he's not really going to get much done and towards the bomb site. It's all kicking off. PRT finds the wall bang in the end as he clips through the ledge, delivering a bullet to the cranium. And that causes the rest of the surviving CTs to fully commit into a save. Grim and Junior, they have to run away. Save the AWP and the M4. Team 1, good. Decisive game plan there towards the site. Clean kills, even better on the trade game. Very nicely worked.
Yeah, nicely dealt with though. Team 1, they're looking a lot better on this map. At least, you know, we didn't get to see too much from the T-side in Overpass, but there was clear, you know, indecisive decisions, some poor decisions as well at that. So far Inferno looks to be a lot better. So it looks like we're having a case of, though, both teams seem to be a lot better on their own picks. Power Inferno, but on that CT side, I think it is a lot more... Well, it's a bit easier to be comfortable, I think, compared to Overpass.
Sticking with the 5 rifles as well. Obviously, the momentum there going to be a bigger asset, so they can just play for the aggressive peaks. Triumph, though, more of a mixed bag. Obviously, not really having too much money to work with and trying to build around those saved weapons. They keep that M4, they keep the AWP, so the rest of them just go for a double deagle and a USP. Junior,
The leg.
with a jump across, playing on top of their heads as the totem pole peak, gets the leg off.
Yeah, unfortunate to not get the kill really. Pesadeo is trying to relocate at the same time as his peak just then. Oh, that's just unfortunate. That is just really unfortunate. Grim is one of the players on this bomb site though. They're thinking it might just be the one player there, and look at this quick rotate. The Molotov will come out, 2 players already in.
Oh, Grim flicks across. That's Mound's done. Down to the 4-on-4, but the response is good from Grim. Spraying through the
He knows
smoke.
it's by a tree.
He's
He
trapped.
knows.
He's only got 17 HP. Spongy with the USP. He should be able to deal with him, but Junior peeks onto it, of course, from Ruins. And now they've got the advantage on the CT side, Ben. The bomb has to go down. They've still got a fair amount of time, but they're trying to force the issue. And PRT gets the plant off. This is good. Forces some of the pressure back onto the CT side. Makes it a little bit worse. Spartan, a little bit off on the timing. As he peeks out, was clearing bot banana. But Sheikh Zula's come sprinting up. He's playing behind the wall. One man in pool. One back towards dark spot. Can they pull this retake off? It's down to Junior to get on the bomb with the kit. And they need to execute the timing soon. Sheikh Zula peeks. Big tags. Barton's low. There's the kills. And that's the defuse.
Oh, I was going to
Oh,
say.
hang on.
He has a
Yeah.
kit. I was going to say.
Fine. I thought that was the other way around. I thought he came off it for some reason. I was like, what?
Oh, okay. So they do get that run through, but the main thing there is, I was just praising Team On for the decision making and actually, how they were deciding to work around the map. And unfortunately, they've taken the wrong gamble there. They get that one kill through the smoke towards CT, and they gamble that it's only the one player there. They then burst in. Grim is there. Grim is already arriving too. Unlucky situation, but they do still have a buy coming through, so it's not that bad. 4-2 in favor of Triumph right now.
Molotov goes down bottom mid. It's all going to be set ablaze. Curry's trying to play around this as well. Gets the smoke off, extinguishes that. Response shot. Takes a couple of bullets, but not too much to write home about. Junior certainly scribbling down something into his notes, though, as he peeks out on second mid and gets the kill on PRT.
Yeah, good opening to find. Junior, I think this is going to be one of the maps where he does actually be allowed to excel with that open hand. We saw flashes of it on Overpass, but not as much freedom to do it. Because of how that game was playing out, it was much more of a rifle battle.
Yeah.
So good Molotov. The smoke coming in toward library, and that's a nice kill to find as well. Little do they know there's 2 players still in pit as well as the Junior or pin players too. Could be quite difficult to get beyond that as well. 45 seconds. Junior's risking a rotate. I think it would make sense if he went toward B and smoked it for Grim, and then ran back, but it might be too late by the time he goes. The A push is going to come through.
The smoke gets dropped, flashbang over, and this is time for the push. Spongy, attempting to smoke himself and shroud his location, knowing the Molotov was coming in. He times it perfectly so he can peek over the back, essentially giving himself a small gap on the one-way to spam, but he doesn't connect. The bomb won't be denied, so it is planted, and the rotation has to come around for the rest of Triumph. Essentially, at this point, Spongy's trapped on an island, stuck on his own. And their numbers are getting thinned by the second Ben. Maluk peeks out with the AWP. Grim goes charging through, and it's all down to Spongy. This is where the round started. Can he close it? No, he cannot. Peek on top of the box. Easy frag. And another easy round. Team 1. They've looked so much more confident going into these final few rounds. Like, it's been a complete transition from what we had on Overpass. This is way better.
Yeah, a lot more comfortable on the way they move around. Ooh. Players complaining about FPS there. Okay, so we witnessed the FPS difference there on the camera as well. It was quite weird.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that was odd.
But gone now, so everything is fine.
Little ghost in the Matrix.
Yeah. These things happen. So,
Just,
this is another
Slimer.
dodgy round.
Who was your favourite Ghostbusters ghost, Ben?
I don't think I have one, to be honest. I was
No?
never too much of a fan of the Ghostbusters
Not Slimer
franchise.
or Stay Puft Man?
Stay Buff, man.
Stay Puft Man was pretty good.
Okay, so this is still one of those dodgy rounds I was about to allude to. So, where Team On, they need to be very, very, they need to be very correct about this guess that they do go for. Unless they send somebody in to actually scout it out and get real information down, they need to make sure they do go for the correct bomb site. And it looks like thus far, they're doing it nice and slow, getting map control. They already have top banana, they now take bracket control. And it looks like it's going to be a B split that they're going to go for. Yeah, so that smoke comes through. This means they get free reign towards the archway. The bomb will then go banana. Unfortunately, they're going into one of the players in Grim. No!
Grim!
What?
How has he just done that? The 5-7 ferocity of this man is absolutely
What?
unmatched. He gets a hat trick off.
Oh no, and Junior's with the MP9 there as well.
Oh,
Ooh. So Grim has peeked that archway, and I think he headshotted all three players with like the same bullet. Either that or one bullet headshotted two people, the second got the other person. And that's why you should use a 5-7 more.
He's nearly had a 5-7 collapse.
Which is crazy to think about on its own.
Like, that's ridiculous. Fair play to Grim there.
So this is a case now of Inferno being quite a slippery map for Team 1 to deal with right now. So they're really struggling to maintain the composure, I'd imagine. Because they're playing these rounds slowly. They're making decisions, quite in quite a nice way, right? They're making sure to cut angles, they're making sure to get map control. But unfortunately, they're just choosing the wrong one when they do get all that map control. Which, sometimes these things happen. Sometimes you just have an unlucky game, right? Looks like B is going to be the burst though, and Junior's already here.
Junior,
Oh my.
waiting with the AWP. He will be blocked off and his vision should be restricted, but the smoke's gone down and it's bounced. It's taken so much more time to actually go up, and this is rough. It just means they're allowed to peek into them and take all of the battles. PRT's low, he's jumping through the air. Bounces.
Great nade.
Incoming the HG. Shake Zula. See you later. As he sends them packing with a HG blowing them to pieces. Yep. Overthrows the pool player. And that is it. Another round for Triumph. They get 6 now on their CT side.
Yeah, that nade was very, very good. So 6-3. They get a plant, but you can't really buy off that now. You need to eco this one. And Triumph now get a chance to build up the money. I mean, they're already doing it right now anyway, but they get a chance to further that buffer. Bear in mind, this is Team 1's pick. Inferno traditionally, in pro play especially, it actually has been quite a topsy-turvy map in the sense that you can have it be T-sided, CT-sided. Like it usually has like a 9-6 fluctuation there or here, right? So 3 rounds out of a possible 9, not looking ideal for them. But they do get some early information this round from Spongy. He did jump and see a few players second mid.
Pushing their way in towards the apartments. Taking a bit of map control here. They need to get up close. And take the fight to Triumph, really. PRT setting up with the flashbang, just watching at middle. They're going to use the smokes to block off the line of sight. There is 4 players on that side, though. And they're poised. They're ready for this. They're just waiting for the pin to drop so they can start firing back. Sheikh Zula going on top of the box, but the timing's slightly off. Spongy, luckily from Pit, deals with the first. Barton overthrown. But there is 2 frags for the T side. They're making it costly, and they're doing more than that, Ben. They're making it look winnable. It's now down into a 2 versus 3 on the retake, as that bomb can be planted soon. They've got site control.
They need to get that bomb out of Pit though, don't they? That's the awkward bit. Maluk didn't want to be the one to plant it. So he's has to drop it across 2 Pesadilla. They're holding. That's 1 player, and they've seen a second as well. So that's 2 players confirmed to be on site from the Triumph side. And Junior, this looks like a save, yeah. So that's a round out of nowhere, really. Because you consider not even all the T's had armor. They just swarmed the site and they close in on the players, right? 2 of the T kills to open up that bomb site were blind. So, nice round out of nothing from Team 1, but Triumph slipping up a bit. Probably makes sense that either team will slip up multiple times in this map.
Curry shouldn't really get a chance here, but he might. Maluk's running him with a knife out. Does he keep it out? He does. Ben! He put his AK in his back pocket. It's not a good place to keep an AK.
It's not ideal, really. Unless you have a big pocket.
Or a fanny pack.
Or a quiver. I reckon a quiver could hold it quite nicely.
Oh, maybe, but the magazine would get stuck.
True. You don't need to have... Yeah, you might have to unload.
You'd need to carry the magazines in the pockets and then have the AK in the quiver, magazineless.
Yeah, that would make the most sense.
That'd be on the next agent skin.
Surprising that Molotov didn't spread towards the player and under there. So Triumph, thanks to some of the clean rounds that they did win, obviously one of them being a more or less an eco, really. It was like saved weapons here and there. They did have a buffer, so they do still get this buyout. It's a pretty strong buy regardless. They had full utility. Banana control now being taken by Team 1. Pretty much staple CS being played for the most part here. Barton will probably go for the peak. Junior fully blinded and can't cover his teammate in Spongy. Oh, the kill through the left-hand side of the quad. Like the boiler, rather. Okay. I mean, it's a good trade.
Yeah. Just a bit unexpected.
Yeah, I didn't realize you could actually shoot through that side of it. I thought it'd just be the much closer. But Sheikh Zula gives away another kill, though.
I feel like
I understand the
risk.
risk.
A bit unrisky. Though. I don't know if it was necessary, though.
Oh, that's a good molly. They're going to be out there. Surely not.
Oh, Junior! Calm it down. 2 frags with the AWP. That's 3 in total. Will he have to get the ace to win the round for Triumph, Ben? He's watching the rear, suspecting that maybe there could be an arch assault coming his way, and Maluk is there, but the timing! Oh, no!
That's got to be some of the worst timing possible there. Bomb's going to go down 2v2 there. They're so close already. They know there's going to be a player on top of that box and probably single. Oh, it's easy pickings. Junior, though. That Molotov was huge. The flick on the first kill, though, that is what controlled the entire round. It slowed them down so much. Huge plays for him. I did point out he probably will be able to excel in his AWP role on this map. Have a lot more freedom, be able to show his true prowess. And he is thus far. And a timeout coming through from time 1, not surprising. It's very similar to that Cloud9 game we saw yesterday in Train, really. Where it feels like the team that have just lost a round and have slightly weaker by standards tend to win it. And usually it's out with the blue in the sense that it feels like, okay, that team's going to win now. But then things just reverse completely.
Man, 7-4. Team 1. Those 4 rounds, they feel so long ago. They've been so fragmented in between. It's rough. It's only going to get worse as well. Obviously, just the 2 AKs, the 3 Galils, they don't really have the buy to support themselves too much when it comes to firepower. It's all right, but it could have been better. And Junior, he's back on the AWP. It has been really working well for him on this map. Inferno has been worlds apart. He's been so much more free.
Oh, Spongy, what?
Spongy! He peeks out. He sees everyone charging up second mid. But he can't stop them. He just halts them.
I mean, he didn't get any kills, but it's pretty good damage though, right? 88.5. Oh my word. He's dodged that flash as well. Sheikh Zula!
What?
2 kills and even more damage. The fact he dodged that flash is actually incredible.
Yeah, that was really well played. Good reactions on the flick.
And Martin with a good question.
Were you blind?
No. The best bit is he hasn't said he dodged it. He just straight up said, "Nah, I'm not blind."
Flash didn't work, mate.
Still
Junior.
a chance there.
Ooh.
Oh, what?
You
Must have
say
been right
that,
before
but
the
Grim's
smoke.
alive, so... Man, he's
Yeah.
been cleaning up towards the A site. Whenever there's a leak, he comes in like a plumber with a wrench Ben.
And he just solves it, doesn't he?
Deals with that's what they do. Just deals with a leak instantly. Puts it in the bin and says, "Oh, you had a leak under the sink."
Classic.
Vintage.
And they bought that like 2 weeks ago, so it's gone off now.
Oh yeah, well you can't eat it at that point.
No.
It's way too far gone.
Where you gone? 8-4. We actually have a proper eco coming from Team 1 now. Only one Kevlar. Banana stack looks like the call. Oh my word.
Uh-oh.
The grenade stack was actually opposed. Curry, a chance to make so much money. I'd re-aggress him.
Ooh, the timing. They were blind. Curry, given the opportunity to excel with the MP9, as he smites the first with the SMG, and he waits for more of an onslaught to come his way, and they are coming one by one. That's the ace. All the money in the world. He is going to be living the high life after that one.
Yeah, nice and easy for him. Controlling that bomb site. He's had an MP9 most of these gun rounds as well. It's been quite peculiar with that. But we're now approaching that tail end of the half, aren't we? Round 14. Team on, they're still only on the 4. Triumph probably going to get double digits here as well. And they can actually buy out as well next round, even if they lose this one. Oh wait, they're going through that? Oh, Curry, no. There's been good utility damage in exchange for that death, but not quite the same as when we saw Spongy in the previous round.
Minute and 20 on the clock. You've lost one player in Curry. Team 1, their call is to reposition towards middle. Rotate back around. They do peek out, and Junior sees a foot. He tries to take the fight, but realizes it's not worth it. Dashes the Molotov and peels back towards the bomb site, playing with his teammates in better angles. CT is currently playing 2 to a site, whereas our terrorists are just advancing, Ben. They're taking brackets control aggressively.
Junior is arriving though. They've definitely heard that. Ooh, it felt like he overpeaked a bit there, but that B split is now available to them. The players on B, they need to watch out. Grim can't play there anymore. Time is ticking down. The 35 seconds. Junior gets that kill on the lurk, and they know this attack is coming to B.
Shake Zula. Head blown away. Grim. He's been so precise with the AK in the past, and it seems like it might be another one of those Grim rounds they line up for him, Ben. They were giving it to him on a golden platter. And Junior turns the corner, dinking down another man, tagging them up through the box, and keeping them low. Aggression coming out from Spongy as he just charges up and decides to take this fight head on. PRT has 16 HP. A single blow is all that will be required. The upgrade to the AK from Junior. That's the clean out. And that's the round as Triumph get 10.
I'd like to see Junior drop the AWP and actually get an AK. He can rebuy an AWP next. That's such a, I guess, it's a very small thing, but it means, you know, having as many AKs as possible on that CT side is actually huge. And it's the last round of the half.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Small thing, but never mind small thing. Is Triumph on 10 rounds right now on the CT side. This is Team 1's pick. You have to think back to those multiple rounds where they have messed up, right? They've gone to the wrong bomb sites, they've ran into stacks. Not quite gambling correctly. Yeah. Ooh. That Molotov actually lands in as well. Easy kill.
Yeah, Junior.
No.
There, Junior! Oh my goodness, Ben, they're still pushing it one by one. How has they got away with the third frag? That never should have happened. And Sheikh Zula on the clean up on the final 2. What on earth? That's the way the cookie crumbles at the end of the first half. More to come when we get back into the action after the break. And welcome back, everyone. We're going into the second half of our second map here. It is Inferno, and it's certainly been quite a spicy one. I think not what we were really expecting, Ben.
Yeah, not quite. I mean, it's been a very one-sided affair thus far on Inferno. But 11-4 at the half. Triumph looking really, really good runner. Grim and Junior especially. Really thriving right now on this paradise of a map. Let's see how this one goes. The pistol coming up very shortly. Junior and Shigzula have got the grenades on the side of Triumph. Maluk on the other side with the double flash. See what the plan is. There's a P250 given to Grim as well, so maybe he'll add on to the 4 kills he's already had on the pistol round so far this map.
Oh, the push is coming in towards the B site. It's a 3-man setup from the CTs. Grim! He is the pistol punisher, isn't he? Curry as well coming through. Curry, hello! Keeps it going as they just blow everyone to pieces. And at this point, there's only 2 CTs remaining. Barton and PRT doing a good job of coming back into the forefront of the round, but they don't really have a chance when Junior peeks out from tree and breaks them like a small branch.
Well, that was a nice and easy one, wasn't it?
That was
in all fairness to them. Nicely found. Opening kills galore for them going into that bomb site, and now they have a chance to expand and potentially take the map further. I mean, Team 1, they're forcing into it. They're giving themselves a chance to get back into it immediately. But Triumph, they've got 4 Mach 10s. It feels like they're much more prepared for the angle of making sure you scout the areas, although it looks like they're going to nade down mid. Oh my. It's a lot of damage early as well.
Alright. Well, people are just getting deleted. And not the people that you would have expected to. Triumph. They've only got 1 player left alive. It's just Junior. He's running up towards top banana, and the timing! Swing comes around the corner. Team 1 finally gets another round. They have had 4 rounds for just a long amount of time. It was like, what, a 6-round streak that had come out from Triumph, and eventually Team 1 get another round.
Yeah, it's been 6 in a row, as he said. Pistol obviously being a part of that. But the mid-aggression, there was so much splash damage from those HEs, and then the scout tags followed up as well. Pretty much chaos, and not really a clear idea from Triumph, rather than, like, you know, see if Team 1 make the mistake first. Instead, they were planning to just go quite quick into their planned setup, which looked like it was going to be a banana play. Okay, this is an interesting move. So Pisidir, he was originally boosted there. So Malbs, he's got smoke and Molotov, so he can delay quite well. However, if Triumph dedicate the push through it, he could be in a spot of bother here, which looks like they're going to do. Smoke comes through, flashes as well. Malbs, he's in no man's land.
They charge
Wait,
in. They've got the site. They've
through.
basically just traded site control. Molotov does a slight amount of damage, a couple of tags. And Malbs wilding out with the MP9, spamming and waiting for the push. They do all begin to run through, and they're going 1 by 1, Ben. The trade potential just isn't there behind the smoke wall. They've got the bomb down, but they're not getting anything else out of the round.
Yeah, there was a lot of aggression. I guess it was just based off like they heard a clip being sprayed. Let's see if we can capitalize on that. Unfortunately, there was a second player there, so it made it pretty much impossible. 12-6, Team 1. They do beat the anti-eco away, so now they get a chance to create that buffer. Every player survived for them, so they will have a second buy even if things do go wrong here. Question is, what do Triumph go for? They got triple nades, make that 4 nades actually, as well as some more utility from Shigzula. Chance for something huge to come through.
They could airstrike something and do a fair amount of damage if they play their cards correctly. Molotov's going off. So they group up, they head to quad. Here comes the nades, they bombard into pit. No one's going to be hit by them. Instead, it's Barton that doesn't miss a beat there. 4 clean frags with the M4, mows them all down. Big round. Very, very nice stuff from Team 1. They're building themselves back into the game here, closing that gap little by little.
Yeah, nice and easy one. You can see the idea there. They just want to coordinate back pit. Hopefully, if they get the kill there, they swarm up in sight. They might get a plant, maybe a chance at the round. But unfortunately, not able to get anything going there. So this is the buy coming through. 4 AKs, a Galil. Not full utility. Some players missing out, such as Grim and Curry. On the CT side of things, they've stuck with the same weapons, other than Maluk, who's upgraded to an AWP here. So let's see how this one goes with him. Taking quite a few peeks. We mentioned, well, we praised Junior quite a bit in that first half with his AWP use. Ooh.
Ooh.
I was going to say, they don't know that Pesadeo was in front of the wall just then. And thanks to that spam, it kind of pushes him away.
Taking that banana control, bit by bit. Do you have the utes for it, so they can chuck those smokes across? Block off front sight, block off CT. Primed and ready, they get ready to go in. Here comes the Molotovs and the final smokes. They will block off those angles completely. Oh, he's taking so much damage, he just straight stands at it as well, Ben! He's taken it the whole way through and been burnt to a crisp. I think an accidental bind's been dropped as well as Junior pushed through. He got the frag, and at this point, they've got the site. The bomb is planted. And Carnage has started to come out. Can they pull off the retake? Molotov's being cast through. It forces both of those players out. Not expecting 2 of them to be playing behind new box. And the spam through the smoke as well. Curry, decisive play as he tries to dance his way through the smoke, but he's not clean enough on the decision. He is stopped. They can jump on the bomb and defuse it as they've got the kits as well. And Team 1, they win it on the retake.
That's actually the same buy that was dropped yesterday.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So that's quite amusing that a few players with the same one. About the player agony. So a tactical pause coming through from the T side. So Triumph's taking a pause here. 12 to 8. They can buy if they want to, but it won't be a fantastic buy is the only issue here. Like, they're probably trying to compose themselves a bit more. They've had 2 post plants onto that B-bomb site now. This time they had 2 opening kills though, which is quite a big difference maker, right? But they unfortunately couldn't still hold it down. Unfortunately, having 2 players in the same position, for example, didn't help. So just small things like the positioning really holding them back so far. I imagine it'll be a pistol armor buy from Triumph. Because you should be buying something, at the very least, because you have decent loss bonus. I think it's full right now. Ooh, you're a big fan of that buy, aren't you? 4 Tech 9s.
Mate, that is good. I do love the Tech 9. I will sing its praises to the end of my days, as it is a very good weapon. There's a lot that can be done with it, especially if you just want to burst. On a round like this, it can be fantastic. You get those drive-by headshots off, you're laughing.
Yeah, holding back a bit. It looks like it's just going to be an A execute later on in this round.
Smokes go out. They are hustling and bustling, getting ready to go for the push up mid. Arch is smoked. Quad's Molotoved. And they're actually trapped. They're pent in, kept in a cage here towards brackets, and they can't really push their way out. They've got to waste so much more time waiting for the Molotovs to fade. The smoke's still up. They are all around the site, getting ready to attack from every single avenue. Again, the timing. PRT flicks away, but he adjusts himself. And gets the kill off onto 2 of the T's. Junior? Hello. Walking out with a deagle. Almost got a second. It's just down to Grim with the Tech 9. Grim's certainly been effective into the game so far. But no more here. No more carnage from the man. As Grim's dead, we go 12 to 9.
Yeah, not much casualties, not much damage done there, either by Triumph. thing is, they're getting themselves really close to the bomb site on A. They're getting onto the bomb site on B. So you have to be thinking it's a matter of time before they do actually pull through with one of those post-plant situations, right? They fully get through, they then collect on the round victory. Or will Team 1 actually start halting this train known as Triumph whenever they go up B? They didn't do much on B, just the one. 35 damage to the Spongy as well, so retake Banana Smoke and Molotov coming through. Impossible to fight through that, so you might as well just hold on. So Triumph are going to go back to B. They've got that bomb site each time they've gone. So it makes sense. Maybe they're going to try and hold on to a bit more utility for the post plant, perhaps, because it seems like they did lose kills because they needed to fight.
Molotov's coming into the site. This is the moment to strike. Curry, good entry frag. They've had a lot of success getting into B. Will they actually be able to hold it? That's going to be the huge question for the round. Malbs waiting towards the back of the site for the oncoming horde as they do push through. He gets gunned down by Grim. And I think that is the save call. They're throwing in the towel this time around. Team 1 just holding on to these weapons. So it will finally be a 13th Triumph. It's taken some time though, Ben. It's been a 5-round spree for Team 1, but they've finally been able to knock it on the head.
Yeah, it's been a time coming, right? That was the thing. I kind of pointed out a few times. They've been getting onto that site, they just haven't held the post plants. But this one was a lot more sturdy in the sense you had all 5 players alive. There wasn't much damage done either. And also, they still had some utility to put down as soon as that bomb went down. They were able to hold on to a lot more. Scary thing for Team 1, though, is Triumph are now hitting 13. So, obviously, you still have a lot of money. You're fine. You have another buy round for the next 2 at least. So even if you were to lose to that point, you're okay for that. But they really need to get on the board. That double-digit mark is usually the indicator of, like, can you believe in this comeback? So 13-9, it was, what, 12-6, I believe? No, it was 12-4, in fact, because after the pistol. So 13-9, if you look at the score comparison there, the comeback is definitely on. But a lot of the time when you're on the server, the scoreline isn't really on your mind. You're just thinking of the current round.
Just take it day by day, round by round. Keep on chipping away. And that's pretty much what they've done. They've kept it close as well now. With a Triumph overcoming that first hurdle, is this where the ball starts to roll again? Very aggressive fight towards Banana from the CT side.
I'm surprised they got a dink off.
Yeah.
Oh, he messed up the molly. No! I mean, Grim put it out anyway, but still, they should expect a third player here. And Maluk, he knows he needs to make a peak. He needs to go for a kill. 4v3. Easy kills fine if there's no trade possible, but Spongy, does he want to go out? Surely not. He heard the AWP re-scope though. You got me thinking he's playing towards that short side. They team attacked!
Oh,
the team attack caused the collapse! Oh no!
They've sold themselves to Sauron down a river. Spongy, the only one that's alive at this point on top of the balcony. The smoke's going to dissipate. And Barton will see him. He waits for a chance to do anything here. Alone, stuck on the balk. Gets the first as he finds the headshot. But he needs to do so much more. Jumping around the corner, he wants to bait the shot out from Maluk. Maluk's still just holding close. Backed up by PRT as well. It's going to be incredibly hard fought. Does bait the shot, but as he turns, PRT was ready with the Kalashnikov. That's the cleanup. And we do go 13-10.
Still in a good position though. Both teams, they still have a buy going through. So now 13-10, this is where the T's actually need to be cautious of their money and actually the decisions they make going into the mid-round area. Triumph, they still have that full loss bonus, so even if they do lose this one, they have another buy coming through. But Team 1, their money's starting to drop a bit because of the casualties they're actually having. So the scary bit is you could see them reach 13-13, but the money might go even worse than it is right now, even though they win the rounds. These rounds need to be healthy. So I think they're planning to just double molly the top here. Curry's way beyond this. If he really needs to, he could actually hold in the corner of the cubby. They really don't believe in the two-man B-hold, do they? Like, they're sticking with that third player there. Pesadeo, He's on his own in no man's land. Like I was waiting for that trade.
He's just out, giving it, just fighting the world.
If the molly was rising, it'd be fantastic.
Instead, it won't knock him off the angle. And it doesn't matter as PRT comes through, clotheslining all of them. Taking them down and leaving it just on Junior with the AWP. Charges through the smoke, comes back in though, re-entry towards the site. He's near the bomb, but he's got to pick off the man towards back, over by new boxes. Malbs peeks, he spots him. He's so confused about where else these players will be peeking from, and he misses the shot on the CT man. Couldn't get the adjustment off. And Team 1, this has been a slow and arduous grind. But piece by piece, little by little, they have been chipping away and getting themselves back into the game. They're 2 rounds away from tying up the scoreline now on their CT side.
Ooh, okay, so there's a Hero AK in play this time. Grim getting that Hero AK out, and there's also Tech 9 armor. So this is actually a really scary buy to think about. From the spectator point of view, we know exactly how powerful an AK on its own can be. Even more so when every player can actually pick it up after him. The issue is this A bomb site has been on lock, really, hasn't it? There's been no chance for Triumph to get in there.
Yeah.
More so if there's 4 players there. So this is the first round there's been no pressure at Banana by Triumph, which means they actually are able to risk this extra player. Can't help but feel like this is a 13-12. Unless the Hero AK is absolutely huge.
It would need to do something completely miraculous. Grim. He's been good, but does he have the chance? I thought we might have actually seen another collateral once again from the peaks, but the pistols are the ones that are doing the damage. Grim goes down. Spongy, trade frag back across, down to the 2v2. Bomb's going to be planted by Junior. Doesn't seem like there's a way to deny it. They can't actually peek out and get an angle on him. Malbs. The doctor himself. He's coming round. Flashes over. Junior adjusts. Clean headshot. That's huge. It puts him in a power play position to get the round and get a 14th on the board now, and as PRT goes absolutely Super Saiyan. Walking up towards the site, clearing close left, didn't see Spongy, and he is going to mop him up like a spilt drink. Sponges, very absorbent.
So Spongy was the real MVP in that round right there. So they had 4 players on that bomb site, right? But there was an issue in regards to they didn't know where their teammates were playing on the CT side. I watched the player on apps get naded by his teammate, and Spongy just shot 2 smokes through the. He shot 2 bullets through the smoke. And the Tech 9 headshot, obviously, you need to do some damage before it kills instantly, unless it's like within a certain range. He gets the kill for free, gets the gun, he gets 2 more kills with it, and wins the round because of it. Rough round to lose for Team 1. It just feels like they've, if they do lose this one out, it feels like they've just done too many mistakes on like different rounds. Like, when they go back to look at this sort of game, they'll realize how many errors there were. And they'll probably be disappointed.
Yeah, a lot of simple mistakes that could have been adjusted, really. Considering how good some of the rounds have been, it's a shame when you see those little blunders and little blips that really stick out like a sore thumb.
See how this round goes though. Much slower. Banana control was taken. Brackets control not really being, contended for by Team 1. Sitting back a lot more relaxed because they do need to be in that quick rotate for the B-bomb site. And the issue is Team 1, they have no money left either. Ooh, look how quick this take is. They've done it from bottom mid pretty much.
Ooh, what? Curry and Grim. Swinging those AKs all over the shop and beheading anyone that was close by. So we're just down to the 3v4 already. Team 1 are rotating back around. They do have 2 kits. They've got a lacking amount of utility. Just 2 flashes and a single Molotov. I think it is the save. It seems like the call has been made. They're backing out. They're conceding this one, Ben. They're letting them go to match point. They're playing it out for the OT.
Not too surprising. I mentioned the cash is gone. They've only got 1900 loss bonus here, so you can probably do some quick maths here. So Malik's the only one who can actually drop a weapon, like a rifle, across comfortably, and even then it won't be. It's not an M4. He could drop an M4, but he won't have any more utility. Everybody else is going to be on struggle bus territory for this buy. Does not bode well, especially when Triumph now reach 15. This is now match point, series point. So Malik, he drops that M4, like I mentioned, but PRT, the best thing he can get dropped is like an MP9, yeah. Like in terms of utility, it's not that bad, but it's not great.
Certainly could have been better. Well, do or die then. They've let it go to a match point situation, a position where it's either play for OT or lose the series. Triumph already one map up as well, so if they win this, that is them locking down the series and progressing on in the lower bracket. Whereas for Team 1, obviously it's going to be good night.
Huge kill by Curry. Where's the trade though? Whoa, that's the trade! Straight through the wall.
It's one way to get a trade kill. Certainly an impactful one. This is awkward. Walking right up. Maluk bides the time. Double scopes in with the AWP. Needed the flick across, but Sheikh Zula's quicker. As the Mike Ruler picks the head off of Maluk, and we're down to a 3 versus 2, Ben. This is what it boils down to. The clutch here from Team 1 is the only thing standing between them being knocked out. And them having another chance to keep on rolling an Inferno. Grim's flag. But Sheikh, he trades it. He can get the bomb planted. And it's all down to PRT with an MP9 and a dream to keep his squad alive into the game. Sheikh Zula's had a 2k into the round. Will he round it out with a nice hat trick when the push comes through? Playing on top of the box. Molotov going to be dashed out back towards pit. It should force the peak from Junior. Probably not the play you want to be walking into. Sheikh Zula takes the fight, but it's Junior to finish him with the AWP. That's a clean shot from the sniper, and that's the way the game is going to go. A 2-0 in the series for Triumph Gaming, as they do triumph in the end there, Ben. They win.
Yeah, pretty solid 2-0 from them as well. Like, consider what, 11 rounds on Inferno, dropped 7 on Overpass.
Yeah.
And that, in my mind, that was quite an even veto as well. I thought both teams would win their own picks. But they've impressed me, to be honest. I didn't get to see too much of their performances during the Road to Rio, but seeing it, firsthand now, it's actually quite evident they have a lot of, structure behind their play. They have a lot of strats that they can go to. It's actually really good to see, like, across the board. Like, it's another NA team who are looking like they could be a bit of trouble for teams facing them.
No, it is cool. Like, I think that is certainly the key talking point, right? Is there's enough depth to it that you can see the playbook has some good ideas as a unit as well. They played together quite nicely. The trades were always there. The utility usage was on point. They were flashing for each other. And they were also just hitting some sick shots as well. Grim certainly stuck out the most there, I'd say, for me. Especially over the course of the series, just on the pistol rounds. I think, he was averaging like at least nearly 3 frags every pistol round.
Yeah, something like that, right? He got, 3 on the pistol and overpass CT side. I'm not sure about the T side one. But then 4 CT.
Inferno,
yeah, he easily had 2 to 3, which is phenomenal, really. That's perfect what you want from a player, especially when those pistol runs can be very important in a series like this.
No, it was big.
Overall, though, that's a 2-0, right? So Team 1, they're eliminated. Straight up, they're out.
Gone.
Triumph will now face the winner of the MIBI Gaming game, which I believe is only just starting now because of the previous series taking a while.
Yeah, I think so. I think that went live about 4 or 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, so there's going to be quite a wait for the Triumph players. At least they get to watch the game, They at least get to refer to it.
Mm-hmm.
But we can see the bracket coming up as well. So you can see ultimately which teams are facing where. So Triumph, of course, they won that 2-0. Yeah, Gaming and MIBR are taking place right now. So on the B stream, though, we will actually be covering the loser of the Gaming MIBR game, right? So Team 1 will be facing that team. So it will be a Brazilian derby for us later on.
Okay, well, that's interesting. So obviously, really, no matter who we get coming out of that upper bracket game, really, between MIBR Gaming, as you're saying, it is going to be, obviously, the Brazilian bust-up. That's curious. That'll be quite good. Obviously, domestic matchup as well then, Ben, so it might add a little bit more spice to it.
Yeah, definitely. We always talk about domestic matchups, even outside of Brazilian ones. We always talk about the NA derbies, the French derbies, for example, the Danish ones. They always deliver in terms of actual chaos, is what I've always found. Like, a lot of the strats that they normally use just go out the window, and it tends to be just a flow of who is aiming better on the day. So it'd be interesting to see if that carries on.
obviously the understanding you have for that region, the understanding you have from those teams from playing previously, it just makes it a little bit easier. So that is going to be the next matchup that we have coming up here on the stream. If you are just joining us, welcome to phase 2 of the North American side of things for CS Summit 6 here. We have just rounded out our first series and we have crowned our victors there in triumph. The Aqua teams with Sheikh Zula and the boys did very well. They've locked it down over the course of 2 maps, winning Overpass and Inferno. There is still more to come, but it will be coming up in a little while, of course, once the upper bracket series that's going on over on the mainstream has concluded. So direct your attention for that. For the meantime, join us back here once it is over with more lower bracket brawls. We'll see you after the break.